Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom's back and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives and another episode of Gameplay Day. We have a lot of things going on right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 events going on at the same time along with clubs. So that is like at least 30 races outside of clubs. That's 30 races from, no, sorry, it's 25. My math is still horrible. It's 25 races that you can do every 2 hours, which is incredible. And I want to start off with monsoon season and maybe move on to Pro Grand Prix. I don't want to talk about the definition of depression, which is the Pagani Huayra R qualifiers. It's a definition of depression to me, not necessarily to you. I'll get about that later if I feel like talking about it. But the first one is the monsoon season. We've been getting a lot of these, Pacific Grand Prix events, or Pacific Grand Prix, Asia Pacific Grand Prix events, and I'm really enjoying them because I would say it's the beauty of a brand new update. I do like these events where there are no epics involved, there are no legendaries involved. It's literally just ultra rares and below. I think it's so much fun because you're kind of in the situation of a brand new update where, everyone starts from the same level, I guess. Like everyone playing at the drop of the update starts at the same level until obviously we start opening more packs or less packs. But for the most part, you can't really say within a week and 2 weeks of an update that most players will have all of the best ultra rares maxed out. If Hudge made a regular event with like French Renaissance or Italian Renaissance and it was just like this where it would only go up to ultra rare, it would be pretty tough to make it fun because the top 10 would probably have the same hand. You know what I mean? Like even I don't even need to go far back as Italian Renaissance. Let's just go back to JPT, for example. Nowadays, if you make a JPT event and it's like just ultra rare anything, like no epics, no legendaries, it's just like the top hand, just panda, right? It's just Suzuki C2, Suzuki C2, Suzuki C2, and the Ignis and the Ignis Sport. If it's medium ground clearance or anything like that, then it's the Ignis Sport. If it's like anything drag or twisty, it's the C2, the Panda. So it's hard to do that. But for these brand new events, you can say, oh, ultra rares and below only, and it will make for a fun and competitive event. Because even like from my standpoint, I don't have the best possible cars. The best possible cars for this entire event are literally the Mazdas. Like if you have the Hyundai Clicks, the Mazda CX-50, or the other burgundy Mazda, this one right here, I love this color, by the way. I want to make my own car burgundy. But yeah, the CX-90, if you have those cars, then you're basically set. But there's so many ultra rares that you can unpack. There are literally 55 ultra rares to unpack. And this is, 55 give or take. Some are going to be price cars, right? So it's pretty low, this early on into a brand new update where the top players are going to have 5 of those CX-50s and CX-90s and whatever the hell they are. So it's fun. I like it. I do enjoy it. And, I do like the fact that Hutch is kind of milking these APGP events as much as they can before everyone seems to get the best ultra rares and super rares and all that kind of stuff. It's great though, because another thing that's really fun about these kind of events is that it really incentivizes the players to get all these brand new cars and max them out. It gets us involved in the update. Like these events literally gets us involved in the update, and it's so fun. I really enjoy it, and it's not like it feels like it's out of our reach, because if they made this like epic and legendaries, then only the people that got super lucky, that got those standard tire 4-wheel drive Evos, they will be dominating the event, and then like everyone else is just not having a good time. So I would say from a brand new standpoint, like since that this update is brand stinking new, these kind of events, they make so much sense. But like, and they're so much fun. But like I said earlier on in the video, right, I was like, the moment like you make an event like this, ultra and below, for an older update, it's not going to be as fun because a lot of players will already have had the time to collect the cars that they needed to dominate in those events. So going back to JPT for an example, top 10, if it's an on-road kind of ultra rare event, everyone's just going to use the Suzuki Ignis and the Panda. Like literally that's it. So for now, this is fun. Although I'm getting 3 stars here and there, I can get 3-starred, right? I don't have the best possible hand. I am lacking those really OP Mazda SUVs, but it seems like the people in this bracket are missing those cars too. So yes, this is a perfect example of I'm literally just working with what I have. Like in terms of standard tire 4-wheel drive cars, these are the cars that were given to me from opening about 2 million worth of ceramic packs, opening 1 elite offer and 2 random carbon fibers. Like this is what I have associated with, you know, my standard tire variation, I guess. Standard tire, 4-wheel drive, standard tire, whatever it is, you know, 4-wheel drive drivetrain representation when it comes to ABGP. So yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. I mean, we can only really enjoy this for maybe like a month max of every new update, but I really hope that they do more of these, because the main thing is you can only make these kind of events, and they can only be as fun as I think they will be at the first month of an update. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, moving on to this one. Now, this one I would say it's a little bit of a bust. I know I spent like, you know, the first 5 minutes complimenting monsoon season, but now when we move to Pro Grand Prix, as you can see, the hand that I'm using is literally just all JPT. I think they are, right? Yeah, Suzuki, yeah, the Panda. See, like I said, Panda. Yeah, there's JPT, there's JPT. Yeah, every single one is JPT. The fact of the matter is, I just don't have the APGP cars, you know, to fit the bill over here. It's just not good enough. So I'm gonna put you for small, for forest road, for slalom, and for 1 mile. But yeah, that's the other thing. I feel like this event would have been a lot more interesting if they took away the JPT element. Now that they've added in the JPT element, I think most people are just going to be using JPT cars. Actually, you know what? That's actually pretty interesting. Let's see how many JPT cars we're gonna encounter over APGP. By the way, we just got a bunch of new APGP rares from that prize board. So over here, literally not a single APGP, right? Like not a single Asian Pacific Grand Prix car. Tyler here is running all JPT. I'm running all JPT. Let's see the next guy. The next guy is running all JPT. The next guy. Okay, so this guy is running a little bit of a hybrid. He's running 3 JPTs and 2 APGP, but that's actually not really the best of calls, because I think this is actually the weakest hand out of the 3. So again, you know, we get a win condition here, we get a win condition here and there. We win car park and we win city street small. So like I said, you know, this would have been a lot more of an interesting challenge if I think it was just ultra and below Asian Pacific Grand Prix. But yeah, the fact that JPT is in here, man, it kind of just blows it out the water, I'm gonna be honest. Because unless you have the best possible cars, you're just gonna be using the previous update, because there's a higher chance that you have the best possible cars from that previous update compared to the new one. So same thing over here, right? Fred, he's literally just running all JPT. Next one, look, it's 100% JPT. This one is all JPT. All JPT, bro. We've seen 5 separate hands, right? 4 separate opponents and my own. That's 25 unique cars, and there wasn't a single Asian Pacific Grand Prix. This is actually a really good example of why I feel like, and I know I feel like I talk about this every other video, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. And that is like how I feel that 4-wheel drive will always be overrated, because if you do an asphalt event, you know, asphalt dry event, yeah, you can run your slick tire rear wheel drives, or you can run your performance tire 4-wheel drives, you know, like it's fine. The thing is, even though you can use both, people will always use the slick tires. That's why I feel like 4-wheel drive performance tire cars cannot be, you know, judged with just 4-wheel drive tire cars. They need to be judged with rear-wheel drive tire cars as well. Because in a situation like this, you know, if it was just asphalt, it was just dry, you could use anything, everyone would rather use the rear-wheel drive performance tire cars over the 4-wheel drive performance tire cars, because the rear-wheel drive ones are just better. Like I said in a previous video, the 4-wheel drive cars needs to be scaled with the rear-wheel drive cars. If not, it's going to end up like this event. This event's a very good example as well. You know what I mean? Like APGP, no representation. Not because they have bad cars, but this is in a different sense, because 4-wheel drive, they're just bad. But like in this sense, it's not because APGP has bad cars, but it's because people use what is more accessible, what is better to them. And the thing is, not a lot of people out there are really getting, I would say it's not that not a lot of people are opening the brand new packs. Not a lot of people are opening the brand new packs and getting the right cars they need for this challenge. So at the end of the day, again, Andres is using nothing but JPT. Maurizio, I think he's just running running, you know, JPT all the way. The only ABGB card that we're seeing here is from this dude, and he's running the Führer, whatever. And again, much like the last example, he has the weakest hand here. It's just, it is what it is, man. It's actually crazy. So yeah, that's one, that's another one, and that should be, I want to say 3 wins, maybe 4 wins. Yeah, I thought that. I knew that I was going to lose. Yeah, 3 wins. Okay, 3 wins to 2. So there you go. 4-0. We'll do one more race. Obviously, we have one more ticket, and then we'll open a carbon fiber, because if you guys forget, hopefully you didn't forget, I'm going to be opening a carbon fiber for every gameplay video that I do. Don't worry, I'll never forget that. So hopefully you guys have that ingrained in the brain as well. All right, so this guy, congratulations. He's actually using one, because, you know, these Hyundais, they're really good. You know, these super rare ones and the ultra rare ones, like the i20s, like, they're really good. The only issue is I've never had the opportunities to unpack any of them, so I can't even use them if I wanted to, because I don't have any. Again, you know, just all JPT, that's all JPT, that's all JPT, and that is mostly JPT. This is the one that I want, so this dude's pretty lucky to actually get this one. This is a card that I actually do want to get. Oh, wait a minute, I shouldn't say what I want to get, because the moment I say what I want to get, I won't get it. So you didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything. I don't want that. I don't want this either. You know what? It is what it is, man. I don't care. Ain't no big deal, man. Ain't no big deal. All right, so let's see what's another scenario. Maybe, ooh, this is a pretty interesting one. I don't think I can beat that. I think this will be a draw, right? I win 1 mile, we draw slalom. I win city street small, we draw slalom, and I lose forest road. Well, that's if I win city street small, but I think I will, but I'm not too sure, so I'm not gonna do it. This is a very interesting one. I win city street small, I draw on the slalom and the forest road. I should win on the 1 mile. All right, let's give it a try. I do believe that I'll win the 1 mile, so that's a win. And then this is a draw, and this is a draw. Oh yeah, I think this should be fine. Actually, you know what? I think this is 150-0. Then this might even be 2-star. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, 150-0. That is my guess. I think it's going to be 150-0. Skip. Boom. Ah. All right. So I think we did lose the slalom, maybe. But yeah, we did take those. It's a win's a win at the end of the day. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's open this carbon fiber. I got one stacked up and loaded for you here in the challenge leagues. Obviously, your boy's gotten all of the hexagons already. So one of them over here. So let's get it. Open match. Sure, let's just go with this. The only goal, you know, let's see if we can get something new. It's a vanilla carbon fiber. We don't know what we're gonna get. If we can get something new, that's gonna be pretty cool. So let's get into it. Boom. All right, 288 skip match. Yes. Comment down below what you guys think I'm gonna get from this carbon fiber. Okay. We start off. Any new cars? ABGB. No. It's Japanese though. Next. No. French Renaissance. That's not even Italian Renaissance. That's just OG, kind of. Learn the Savannah way. Okay, so last one's what matters, right? So let's go for at least an epic. Comment down below. Let's get it. It's not the worst 50. It's one of the better 50s, but I would have liked something new. That's an ultra that I already own, so it's fused material at the end of the day, so I can't be too mad about that. So let's jump back into events. That was the obligatory carbon fiber, the one that we had to open for every single gameplay day that we do. Now for this event, this is currently what I'm running. I don't have the best of win ratios in this event. I think it's like 5 and 3 right now, and that was because I was running a different hand. My initial hand, I was running the C11 as well as the Audi R18, and I thought it would have been a good move to kind of use that strategy of using 2 very strong legendaries, and I was using a rare at the same time. Yeah, that just didn't work out at all. So I kind of switched it out. I took out the Audi R18 and I put in the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak, and I went more balanced in other areas, and I just think it's really sad that my Infiniti Q60 Sport only lost to an AMG GT by literally 0.0013 seconds, bro. Like, that is kind of abysmal. But I think this brand new hand that I'm running is going to be a lot more beneficial. I keep getting that Mazda, dude. That rare Mazda. We've gotten it twice in this video. I've unpacked it so many times. Like, it's not the worst one. It's one of the better rares, but I'm just like, you know, bro, if you're gonna give me the same goddamn rare from the same update all the time, like, at least, ooh, this is an interesting one. Hopefully we get 3 wins. I think we do get 3 wins here. The 3 middle races we win. But you know, if you're gonna give me a 39 over and over again, man, like the Mitsubishi Triton, that's what I want. I have it already, but like, you know, like give me 5 of those, I'll max every single one of them out, my man. I will max every single one of them out. So yeah, moving on, looking like we're making a resurgence over here with 2 more tickets to go, and then maybe we'll end the video. We'll see what we're doing on time. So again, so kind of this is what I was running like in my first hand. Like this was the rare that I was using to kind of save points. Then I was using, you know, Mila, and I was using my Audi, and I think I was using like 2 other epics or something. Like I tried doing that, but obviously it didn't really work out because I had 3 losses with that hand. So yeah, I think the current hand that I'm running is just a little bit more beneficial. As you can see, I've bagged myself 4 entire win conditions. I'm not sure if the Ultra is going to beat the Epic. In fact, I don't think the Ultra is going to beat the Epic, but I'm going to win on all the other races, which ends in a 200 to 50. As you can tell, I've won all the other races by 50 points. So that was really, really cool as well. Anyway, 1 more race to go. It's good to know that this hand that I switched up to is doing a lot better than what I initially had. So again, we're going to go on the field slalom for the dub. That's going to be our loss. That's another win. Ooh. I don't win this. I can win this. It's just that I would have to put my AMG GT on the 0 to 120 because this one is 233, I believe. Yes, for those that don't know, my AMG GT is quote unquote cursed. It is drag spec. The problem with the AMG GT is that back in the OG days, because this is an OG car, this car was kind of like the Farbowed. You know what I mean? Like it was one of the best dragsters that you could unpack. Like this was before the day of the Dodges. This was before the Charger Hellcat. Not even the wide body, just a regular one from American Dream from 2019. I maxed this before that. This is a freaking old car that I have, 1,532 days old. So this was like one of the OG cars back in the day, one of the OG dragsters, and this was considered the RQ26, which, you know, is your RQ79. So this used to be like top notch, used to borderline legendary. So that's why I drag spec'd it. It's kind of like, you know, how everybody drag specs like the Farbowed, but maybe in like 5 years time, like the Farbowed now would be like now how the Farbowed is like a top tier epic will end up being like a mid-tier epic. Like that's kind of what the AMG GT has become, which is kind of sad. But that's the reason why I drag spec'd it. I don't have any regrets. It was a strategical upgrade for its time. Almost made a mistake over there. So that's 1 win condition, that's 2 win condition, that's 3 win condition, and then those are 2 losses. If I played Mula on the 0 to 120, I might have lost the entire thing because then I would have only had 2 wins and my opponent would have 3. But we do take up 2 stars as well, so we take those and boom and boom. Oh, I wanted a rare. I wanted it to be the Nissan, but we got the Lamborghini. Last but not least are the Huara R qualifiers. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Like I said, this is the definition of depression. I don't want to join this. The thing is, right, like I've said in previous videos, it's not even funny anymore. I'm genuinely convinced that my account is flagged by Hutch, that I'm not allowed. Like, this is not like entirely true, but I believe it from my own personal suspicions. Like, there's just no way. You can't say that it's a coincidence that I cannot drop an epic dodge. Like, seriously, it's just so freaking sad. It's like I pulled so many epics from Pacific Coast Highway. I pulled this car 3 times, right? The MKZ concept. I've pulled the Mustang. I'm sick of seeing, I love it, but I'm sick of seeing, I pulled it 7 times, you know? I've pulled this car twice, I pulled this car twice, I pulled this car twice, you know, and I've had the Mustang, I've pulled the Ford, I pulled the Lincoln Continental concept. But the fact that I've opened so many packs and I just cannot get one of the 3, it's not a coincidence, bro. It's so sus. I get it, you know, the game designers at Hutch, they're probably not happy with me because I want them to be fired, and so they're flagging my account, not letting me get this. Like I said, it's not true. I don't want any lawsuits, but like, it's a suspicion. It's a suspicion. And that's why I don't want to join the event. Like, out of spite, I just don't. It's such a depressing event. There's literally a test bowl on every single track set. The best car for this event is a Challenger. You need the Challenger. If you don't have the Challenger, you cannot survive in this event. So there's no point. I don't have the Challenger, and I'm feeling the repercussions of it. It's just dumb. Well, like, I get it. This is a joke. People want to see me suffer. They don't want to give me the cars I want the most. It's not funny. Okay, I'm not even gonna join it. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys have a great day. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night.